Us tiny screens, we think we free cause we can't see the cage. They knew that race war would be the game they need to play. For people to big teams, they use the media to feed the flame.
They so fake woke. Facts don't care about feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake woke. Same old safe zones. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about your feelings.
I think it's crazy how these people screaming facts, but they fake woke. Hate their neighbor cause he wears a mask or he stays home. Has a daughter but his favorite artist said he slays hoes. Picks her up from school, music slaps on the way home. Censorship's an issue cause they choose what they erase. There's a difference between hate speech and speech that you hate. I think Black Lives Matter was the stupidest name, when the system's screwing everyone exactly the same. I just want to spend Thanksgiving Day with food and my family, without being accused of celebrating native casualties. We got so divided, it's black and white and political. Republicans are bigots, libtards if you're liberal. There's riots in our streets and it's just getting worse. Y'all screaming deep on the police, y'all are genius for sure. They're underfunded already, they're way too busy to work. Order food and call the cops, see what reaches you first. Segregation ended, that's a lie in itself. That was a strategy to make us think they were trying to help. They knew that racism was hot if they designed it to sell. We buy up every single box and divide us ourselves.
They so fake woke. Facts don't care about feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake woke. Same old safe zones. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about your feelings.
We use violence to get peace and wonder why it isn't working. That's like sleeping with a football team to try and be a virgin. Politicians are for sale and someone always makes the purchase, but you and I cannot afford it. Our democracy is worthless. If a man has mental illness, call him crazy, say it silently. When country's going crazy, we accept it as society. Get sick and take a pill. When the side effects get you high, you get addicted like these rappers dying fighting with sobriety. Censoring the facts turns our children into idiots. They claim it's for our safety, I'll tell you what it really is. Removing information that empowers all the citizens. The truth doesn't damage points of view that are legitimate. They're trying to change amen to amen and women. How'd we let them make praying a microaggression? Instead of asking God for the strength to keep winning, we cheat to get ahead and then we ask him for forgiveness. Feminism used to be the most righteous of fights, but these days it feels like they secretly hate guys. I don't trust anyone who bleeds for a week and don't die. I'm just kidding, but everything else that I said is right.
They so fake woke. Facts don't care about feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake woke. Same old safe zones. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about your feelings.
I can't be canceled, there's no way that you can stop me. I'm fully independent, there's no label who can drop me. Y'all been starting rumors, let me help you with some. Yeah.
I'm a racist, I'm a sexist, I'm in love with Donald Trump.
Y'all can't cancel me, my life is scandal free. There ain't no sponsors taking losses cause the brand is me. My hands are clean, my family and my fans agree. Y'all can't cancel me for facts because you're mad and weak. Go ahead and tell the world I'm ugly and racist. I braid my hair and I don't care about cultural appropriation. I lived in the ghetto, lived in South Central, there's no Caucasians. And still I loved every single one of my neighbors. How's a man say I'm clickbait if he gonna use this face to get clicks on his page? Y'all hypocrites are bitch made. But I ain't tripping about these bullies, it ain't 6th grade. Go ahead and diss me trying to sell a couple mixtapes. I'm not afraid, take my face and my name, paste it on the front page. I'm already famous and you'll never change it by hating or claiming you'll take it away. My grind wicked, write my rhymes different. You can try to quantify defying limits as a dying gimmick and denying winning. This is pure fire, this ain't white privilege. I do what I want, get all the Gucci and Louis Vuitton out of my closet, out of my crib. I do not want it, that is for kids. That is for rappers who ask you to produce their beats for free, pretending online like they rich. I am not playing it safe, I said what I said, it is what it is.
I don't care if you mad at me, okay? Go ahead and change the channel. No wasting time trying to cancel me. They love me cause they know that I'm an asshole. Say what you want, I guess it is what it is. Haters can talk, but they can't cancel the kid. Go ahead and go on, try and say this is it. But I swear to God, you can't cancel the kid.
Everybody knows my name, from local folks to global fame. I'm vocal about the social justice movements. I expose the fakes, turn rappers into ghosts and graves. Make no mistake, they bones will break. I'll throw them in the wolf enclosure, slowly turn and close the cage. Acres full of sheep, you know that I'm the only goat. I'm great, they spoke my name to mostly hate. I don't complain, I'm woke, I wait. A total focus soldier, wrote the art of war, know every page. I'm numb to all the dumbness, smoke tobacco laced with Novocaine. I won't behave, I stoke the flames. I'll choke their throats with golden chains. Use vocal cords as skipping ropes and jump till I am soaked in brains. From open plains to coastal waves to solar rays in open space. Can't find nobody doper unless you poke your veins and snort cocaine. Whoa, y'all can't cancel me. Just get mad that I'm the man until you smash the screen. Like, whoa, I can
Good day, ma'ams and sirs, and welcome to the Number 9 with Tommy podcast. Folks, our show is really just about two fat rednecks yelling yeehaw. If we sit on one end of a couch, we're turning furniture into a seesaw. We're either bald or balding. We sleep with CPAP machines and we're pale. The only gauge we ever redline is the scale. Tommy does what he can to make Colin a well-produced, oh my God. Tommy does what he can to make Colin a well-adjusted, productive male, and I'm just hoping that Liz doesn't bail. Christmas is behind us now. America can finally begin to financially recuperate. Let's see what type of candidates the midterm election losers make. 2022 is just a week away, and I have a platform to just speak and say, for many of the people living as Americans, it can't be any worse. Think of how much shit you've had to swallow since January 1st. So many horny and quarantined fuckers unemployed, leading to unwanted births. Everyone saying they can't find a job while the hospitals would kill for a nurse. The worker shortage has every fast food place serving kinda slow like Applebee's. And somehow this country is still plagued by public mass shooting tragedies. But with Cosby and Rittenhouse getting out, and probably forgetting how statistics out say they put more people to rest than a certified mattress. The Number 9 with Tommy is alive and well. My name is Patrick, and I'd like to welcome the man who can finally take some time off from his generous duties as a bootleg Santa Claus, and who says that we can't applaud. Motherfucking Tommy Washington, welcome to the show. How are you, man? What's been up?
I don't know what that applause didn't come through. I don't know why.
Well, for those of you listening, I was clapping.
He was, and I don't know why.
I gave Tommy the clap.
I don't like being called a bootleg Santa Claus. I think I was a pretty good Santa Claus.
Okay.
Pat, how was your Christmas? What did you get?
It was sensational. I got a ton of North Carolina stuff, which is really what I was looking for. I got a ton of, the mini brands that I have on my fridge, the little toys.
Oh, I do.
Well, they now have mini toy brand, and it's like hula hoops and frisbees and super soakers and stuff. Got a ton of those. Got a ton of mini brands. Got a grocery store to put my mini brands in, so it kind of looks like a Barbie dream house, basically.
Oh
So
my God.
that is legitimately one of the things that was on my list. I am super excited.
You are so weird.
Got new work shoes. Super excited about that. Liz's relatives dropped a lot of money in my lap, which was nice. I did not expect that.
Damn, I wish someone gave me money at 30. How old you are?
Yeah.
I wish somebody gave me money at my age at 32.
Yeah. But what about your Christmas, Tommy?
My Christmas was good. I think in a way, Colin was a little underwhelmed because last year was a big year for Colin with us because it was the first year that we had him
Right.
living with us full time. so we went balls out, right? Last year we got him, for his birthday. I built him a PC. For Christmas we took him to Disney. Well, we got him a trip to Disney. We went this April. So last year was huge for him. This year not so much. Kind of kept it
Like it.
simple.
You set him up for colossal disappointment. That's my type of plan there. I love it.
No, we told him ahead of time, like, hey, just so you know, like, this year isn't going to be like last year. You're not getting anything too fancy. So I did, however, I'm actually sitting in mine. I got us each new gaming chairs for our computers. His was my original gaming chair, which I don't know if you remember that one, Pat. That one was fucking beat.
I believe I do.
And the one that I had, the reason it was kind of like my Christmas gift to myself, I replaced it because it's just, I've been sitting for a long time in my computer playing video games lately. And after like an hour or two, my ass really starts to hurt. This one has a lot more padding in it. It's definitely more comfortable. And it like reclines, it does all the fancy stuff.
Have you considered removing the sewn-in dildo that you keep on there? Maybe that's what's hurting your ass.
No, that's pleasure.
Oh, okay.
That's built in for his pleasure.
The old Christmas tree, if you will.
Yes. What else we got? He's got this new obsession with cards. So
like playing cards?
No, like players cards. You know what I mean? Baseball,
Oh,
football.
like trading cards.
Yes.
That's fucking awesome.
Well, kind of, right? So the reason he got really into it was because somebody on his mother's side, his grandfather, somebody got a shit ton of cards from somebody that like passed away or something, and they just got all these cards, and there was a lot of them. And his uncle found one that he sold for a decent amount of money. So Colin now thinks that he's going to make tons of money with cards. But I was actually, like, he actually made a spreadsheet on his computer, because I wasn't going to buy him anything, like, with this, because I know that it's probably just a phase, right? So why am I going to
More likely than not.
But I was talking to him the other day, and I was like, you're not being organized or anything, dude. And he opens up his computer, dude. He's got a spreadsheet with how many cards of this guy that he has, and how much he searched for on the internet, how much they're worth. And I was like, oh, maybe he's kind of serious about this. So we probably bought him well over 1,000, probably closer to 1,500 cards between baseball. Nice. I bought him the whole 2021 baseball set.
The box set?
Yeah, the box set. I bought him.
Which box set? Are we talking Topps? Are we talking Fleer?
Topps.
Okay.
For the baseball ones. And then Eric and I each bought him all kinds of old cards that we found. Like, I found a bunch on Amazon. She found a bunch on Facebook Marketplace. So we just bought him a shit ton of cards. So, and then I bought him a binder with the fucking card holders and all that stuff. So, but I gotta tell you, I'm a little disappointed. I went in his computer room the other day and they're just sitting there on the floor, and half of them unwrapped, half of them not wrapped. Like, it's all fucking mess in there. But hopefully he gets it cleaned up. He went up to Mass for the next few days to have Christmas with them. So, and then
did anybody get him any WWE trading cards?
No.
No.
There's actual WWE trading cards?
I have so many, Tom.
Really? I
have WWE Pogs as well.
Pogs, Jesus.
That's right. Throwback.
So Poggers, and then so I got for my truck. So everybody knows I got a new truck. And there isn't much that I would change with the trucks, but I had mentioned to my wife that I don't like the emblem on the tailgate. It's like a skull with these weird horns coming down, and that's not really me. Like, most people like it. It's just not me, you know? So she attempted to buy me the right Ram emblem for the back. She got it in and it was chrome, so we have to return that because if you haven't seen my truck, it's black on black. Everything's blacked out, so we have to get a black one.
I assume that the chrome one was more expensive, no?
I have no idea.
I mean, it's fucking chrome.
It's not actual chrome. It's like fucking plastic.
Oh, it's like it's plastic.
Okay. But then she also got me because this, out of all the things that this truck has, it doesn't have. If you remember my old truck, it had bed lights in it, so they go in the back of the bed, and they when you open the
Around the
tailgate,
carpeted area for you to bang married women. Nice. That's excellent.
no, they go in the back of the tailgate. So when you open the tailgate, lights come on. So if it's dark, you can see what the fuck's back there. So she actually bought me the kit for that to put in
I'm
those
curious.
lights.
You had texted and said that she was getting you something from Dodge and that you were like, what the fuck are you going to get me? My truck is perfect. And I was like, does he not know Erica? Like, she obviously knew something that was missing because she's like the nastiest gift giver ever. So how happy were you with the bed lights?
Oh, I was pretty happy. I forgot that I had mentioned to her that they didn't have them. That truck didn't have them. So
she's good. She's a good listener. She's very considerate.
she went to, so check out this. I asked for a specific wallet that I saw on TikTok actually. That it has like a money clip on it, but you put your cards in it and then you just hit a side button and it shoots the cards up. Because if you've ever seen my debit and credit cards, they get all fucked up because of where I work. It's always dirt. So the dirt gets in your pockets, it rubs on the cards, it fucks everything all up. So I asked her for one of these. And the cool thing about it is you can get Apple AirTags. It goes right on it. And if you don't know what an AirTag is, it links to your phone. And it's basically so you can find stuff. Like, you can never lose it as long as you have your phone. So
you have a homing device on your wallet now?
Well, so the wallet hasn't come in yet. But this girl, now mind you, I didn't really need the Apple AirTag because I don't lose
living
shit.
in the future, sir.
I don't lose stuff often. She drove all the way to Norwalk to the Walmart there because that was the only place that she could find AirTags. Can you believe
they could have just moved it store to store for her?
Or just she could have bought it online and had it shipped to her. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, or that.
But, you know,
maybe if she didn't wait till the last minute.
No, I'm thoroughly impressed. Like, I wouldn't have done that. So, especially for AirTags. But, yeah, she wanted. I think she was a little upset that my wallet wasn't going to be here for Christmas. So she wanted to make sure I had something to go with the wallet. So she did that. And then I got some sneakers and stuff she bought me for, new sneakers, and I got her a Roomba. She had asked me a while ago to get her a Roomba, and I told her no fucking way am I spending $300 on a thing to vacuum the floor. I have her.
Fucking Sunny's awesome.
It's crazy that you named your Roomba, but
no, well, that's the robot and iRobot, so I just call it that. Sunny.
You're an idiot. But I was on Amazon when I was starting to Christmas shop, and they had a stupid deal going on this Roomba. It was originally like $400. It was on sale for $189. So I was like, well, I gotta buy that. Like, I'm never gonna find one this cheap again. So I bought her that. I got her a little desktop stand for when she's sitting on the couch doing work.
Nice.
Instead of having the laptop to her side, she could put it right there on her lap, and it's a little desk. She asked me for this erasable notebook that you write in, and then it uploads what you write to a cloud, and it saves it.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, and then you can erase it. So she actually bought that for somebody that was her Secret Santa, and I thought, because I saw her Amazon, and I thought she bought that for me. And then, so we were talking about it, and she was like, just a little hint, I'd like one of those. So naturally, I ordered one for her, and I got her a little notebook that, like a portfolio that it goes in. Yeah. So all in all, man, pretty good Christmas.
What I didn't mention to you, which is possibly the coolest gift that I got. You know, the old Friends, it's like, the letters of Friends are spelled out, and there's like a yellow dot, blue dot, red dot, green dot in between the letters, the way Friends was written.
Yeah.
I got a hoodie that says that, but it's all of the slasher killers like Freddy Krueger and Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers and all those guys. That's pretty dope too.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all in all, man, can't complain. It was a relatively good Christmas. Low key. Colin and I kind of got into it a little bit yesterday. Part of it was my own frustration, but part of it was him just being Colin. And I told him, I got you this chair, but you're going to assemble it. And him being him was like, why do I have to assemble it? You know what I mean? And I'm like, because when you're 30 years old, you need to know how to put furniture together. Like, just things in general, put them together. So
you may eat those words, man. That's like when they told us we had to do everything out by hand because we weren't going to have a calculator in our pocket at all times. You don't know how furniture's going to get put together in 20 years. That one could be coming back to you.
Yeah, whatever. He needs to know how to use his hands to at least a little bit. You know what I mean? Because
I agree.
super annoying to me. And he's just like puts in zero effort. He threw away the fucking instructions. It was
Oh
just,
my God, Tom. I just saw on the timeline the one thing that you typed in. Oh God.
Oh.
Oh, I'm in so much pain right now.
I told you you're gonna have a small heart attack. So we might as well move into the next thing. So
Oh boy.
so for those of you that have been following along, Pat and I have been doing this Christmas
God.
giveaway, trying to find people in need. We really only found well, I would say 2 people in need at this point. We said on the previous show we helped that lady in Massachusetts. She had 4 kids. And we sent her some gifts. It was about $350 I think we spent, maybe a little bit more. So we sent her some stuff, and then on Christmas Eve, a friend of mine that I grew up with, his dog that he's had for forever, it's like his kid, became very sick. She was in a hospital, like a vet hospital. She actually passed away, and they were able to bring her back. And they started a GoFundMe, so we donated some money to that. And then everything, we donated some money to, what's that? It's like a food bank, basically, where they help. I think they disperse to like food pantries and stuff throughout the country, right?
I mean, I guess my in-law family, they were all discussing how when you jump on Facebook, all you're going to see is engagement announcements. And Miss Elizabeth said, I've seen nothing but pregnancy announcements. So I was like, well, fuck it, I'm in. I'm going to play the game. So I jump on Facebook and I see the dog has died. And then the next thing I see is a friend of mine, his sister passed away. And I'm like, Jesus. I'm like, I would go for an engagement or a birthing announcement at this point. Fuck, man.
Yeah.
I did end up, I had one engagement and 3 birthing announcements because these motherfuckers are just banging out there right now.
Oh, there's not much else to do. I'm sorry for your friend's loss, but
Yeah,
so we
sucks. His sister was, I mean, she couldn't have been more than 40.
Yeah, it's rough. Actually, we just a kid that Colin played football with. His mom just passed away. I think the 23rd. She couldn't have been, maybe in her late 40s or early 50s.
That's insane.
And they're saying she passed away from COVID, which is a little troubling, especially with this new variant. I don't know her health status other than that. But thoughts go out to that family. It's pretty sad. But let's get on to a happier note. So we ended up totaling out. I totaled it up this morning. Pat just saw it and had a small little heart attack. Our total donations this year came to 800. Well, our total giving, like what we gave out, $891.72. I think that's pretty good, Pat, for the first time we ever did that. I think our goal next year should be $2,000. What do you think?
I think our goal next year should be 500. I think we overachieved a little bit, and now I know why you suckered me into a joint account. You're just like, nah, let's just put money in here. We'll never notice that it's there. Just put a little bit each week, and then plus the anchor stuff, plus the football winnings, and no big deal. And then Tommy fucking goes ham. Tommy goes ham.
So Pat, think about it this way though. Between the football winnings and the donations that we received, we really only came out of pocket less than $300.
All right, so next year our goal is 500. That seems reasonable.
Actually, it's actually less than $200.
There you go. 500 is a realistic and achievable goal next year. I like it.
So 2,000 is my goal for next year, between donations and everything.
We'll meet somewhere in the middle. 550.
So Pat and I went back to Walmart Thursday night.
We sure did.
Try and hand out the rest of our gift cards. We were unable to hand out them all for some reason.
That's right. We've got some left over for something in the can later down the line.
Yeah, I actually used one to order us new business cards. Wait until you fuckers see these. So pumped. Thanks to that lady that was in front of us at Walmart. I just made the dopest business cards. I'm so excited.
Yeah, she had a really good idea.
Yeah. Can we talk about how I don't go out in public a lot because
you're horrible to do this with. Two, we
You
almost
knew-
left in handcuffs.
You knew that going into this, but I just want to say I don't go out in public a lot because I don't like bumping into people I don't want to bump into. You know what I mean?
Ugh.
And it's
We
not even
found everybody Tom's ever been friends with in the history of Tom having friends at Walmart in one fucking night.
Yeah, we were there for a couple minutes. We ran to a friend of my wife's. We ended up talking to them for a while. Downloaded the podcast on their phone, so that was cool. Helped them out.
That was a win.
Yeah, that was a win. Bumped into an ex-employee of ours. That was cool. Bumped into there's somebody else who Brian Oler. He was a representative for Connecticut. I think the 64th district. Bumped into him. He was actually Pat almost pissed his pants when I told him he was the captain of my Police Explorers unit when we were kids.
If you're wondering how cool Tom's friends are, I will say the old employee.
Oh, we bumped into to Twitch too.
We
Twitch
did
feed.
bump into Twitch, not the internet sensation, but the kid that has a disability next to you growing up, who you call Twitch. Very mean, very mean.
What does that mean?
I just, the
He
kid
twitch-
has
he twitches a lot.
Tourette's, man.
Yeah, he twitches a lot.
It's fucked up. The old employee, how just like genuinely, like he just wanted to sit there and talk to us for the rest of the night. Just a nice kid.
Yeah.
The unfortunate truth to handing out money in 2021 is that some people are fucking terrified. And I don't know if that was COVID related. I don't know if it was tattoo related. I don't know what their fucking problem was. We told the story about meeting the woman in the first woman that we spoke to, the nice Christian lady with the little girl in her cart, who wouldn't take the gift card and told us to find the hardest up looking person we could find and give the gift card to them. And in Torrington, that's basically a stone's throw away. So we had no trouble finding people who needed the money. What the other thing we found, I walked up, I was watching this man and woman. I couldn't tell if they were together or not. When I finally concluded they must be together, I walked over and I said the same thing I said to everybody. I said, "Hi, my name's Patrick. This is Tom. We do a show called the Number 9 with Tommy podcast." By the time I got that out, she had taken enough steps back to be going for a long pass. I mean, she thought that was the line of scrimmage and I yelled hike and she was fucking gone. I was still talking to the gentleman who had not run yet. And I reached into my pockets. I had our business cards in one pocket. I had the gift cards in the other pocket. I said, "We made some money this year. We just want to give some of that money back. So here you go." I reached out. He put his hands up like he was black and I was a Chicago police officer. And he said, "I can't take that." And I said, no, really. That's why we're out here. We're just giving back a little bit. And he was like, no. Hands up in the sky. Like hands up, don't shoot style. And was like, "I can't take that. Give that to somebody else, please." And he turned to run. But by this point, the woman was all the way down the aisle. Like she was fucking gone. The only reason that she was still in eyesight is because she was watching to see how her husband was going to die that day. It was the weirdest interaction. I tell you what, I don't care what you look like, what you sound like, who you are. I don't care if you're Bill Cosby and there is a fucking sleeping pill in one hand. If you're handing me a 50 with the other, I'm taking it. I'm taking the $50.
Well, I mean, I think he did say somebody else needs that more than I do. Please help somebody else. And we helped a couple families that night. One we actually saw in the parking lot as they were loading up their car and said, they thanked us again and everything.
Yep.
Pat, I'm not a people person. So Pat is like shocked when I'm in these stores and I'm not approaching people. And I'm like, "Yo, man, if you want to go approach them. I'll stand there with you and say hi." Like that's the extent of what I'm going to do.
And this is with you with money in your hand, right? Like you're offering people money and you still can't nut up and go talk to them. Have you ever, and I'm being dead serious, have you ever walked up to a girl and asked her on a date?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Usually through a text message or something like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, I meant like a stranger. You mean even the? Oh God. You mean
no,
like just in general, like even like you? We've been friends for 10 years. Can you go in the other room? I have something to ask you.
pretty much.
All right.
Like Erica and I just started hanging out. You know what I mean? That's like how
Oh, I
that.
guarantee Erica did all of the legwork in that. There's no question.
No, I don't like. I don't know. It was kind of awkward. She was in an awkward situation. We were both in an awkward situation when we first started hanging out, but we knew that we
Because
liked
you were
each-
still whale hunting.
No, because she was my mom's friend, and
Oh, okay. I'll give you. I thought you meant because you were still seeing that chick that I met at Walmart,
no, I don't, Jesus Christ, just let it
the
go.
one who
bro.
got into the lifted truck and turned it into a lowrider.
Jesus Christ, you're horrible, horrible person, Patrick.
Yeah, I'm a bad person because she's fucking fat. That's fair.
I do want to give a shout out to the lady that was in front of us in Walmart that night to checkout. She reached out to us on Facebook. She had nothing but kind words to say. She said that her husband's been listening to the show and he was cracking up. So I hope he continues to listen. And yeah, if we bumped into you at Walmart, we gave you something at Walmart, definitely feel free to reach out. Tell us what you spent the money on. We'd love to tell the story. All in all, man, I feel pretty good about this Christmas. Like I said, I think next year, a little bit more planning. I'd like to do something for Thanksgiving and for Christmas next year.
Yeah, 500 a piece sounds pretty reasonable. Yeah.
Yeah, 2,000 a piece, I think is clear.
To everybody who donated, thank you. We obviously got to enjoy the benefits of handing out that money that you donated.
Yeah. That lady, though, that ran away from us was fucking hilarious.
The only thing that could have been better is if she tripped over something and like knocked over a display.
She was like,
She was fucking terrified.
she really was. And I, like you said, it might have been COVID because they were both wearing, Erica says, proud of you guys for giving back. Well, thank you, honey.
Love you, Erica.
We, maybe it was COVID related because they were one of like 6 people in the whole store wearing a mask. And
I
like,
did
"Oh my
think
God."
about the COVID thing, but
And they're like a mouth breather
even at that,
approaching me.
the idea of wearing the mask is so that you can in fact not get COVID at a reasonable distance. And I wasn't close talking them. They couldn't smell fucking garlic on my breath. I was 6 feet away ish.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It was fucking. Well, what made it even funnier too is because I'm watching this out of the corner of my eye. Because at that time, the gentleman that I knew that was the captain of my police explorers is walking up the same aisle, and I stopped to say hi to him real quick. Shook his hand, said Merry Christmas, told him what we were doing. And this is all happening in my peripheral, and the lady's like running around a like those island displays that they put up in the center of the store.
Yeah, the little center islands and
the other guy has his hands up like don't shoot. It was comical. And then Pat comes over and is like, they want to take it.
Yeah, I did my best.
I tried, boss. I tried. We actually thought about just hanging out outside the front of Walmart and looking for people and just handing them to them on their way in. But it's always like I always looked at it as we should approach people with nobody else around, because you don't want the other people in the aisle to be like, hey, what about me? Like, why didn't you pick me? You know what I mean?
Yeah, Twitch there straight up asked us for money.
Yeah, which that motherfucker doesn't need shit.
Yeah, he asked us for money, but I've seen the truck he drives, and he's got a newborn and a new wife, and he spared no expense for all that shit.
Yeah, new house. He works for a town.
He's really
big
struggling.
Town. Yeah, real tough over there.
Tom, you want to get into some memes?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right. I guess you're done talking about this.
Don't be weird.
Pat, before we get into memes, how about that Anchor.fm? What fantastic people. Fantastic people over there.
Fast, easy, simple. They're profitable. What can you not say nicely about them?
Not much. Oh my God. Pat, this is the most fucked up meme I've ever seen in my life.
I've seen several that are, this is actually pretty mild, but funny.
This is a picture of a turkey neck. Like,
I don't think that's a turkey neck, buddy.
I think it is. I think that's where
that's a turkey that's about to get stuffed.
I think that's where they cut the fucking neck off, dude.
You could be right.
I'm pretty sure I'm right. That's where they cut the neck off.
I'll tell you what. This is a picture of some very, very sloppy poultry.
Yes, and it's we'll call it roast beef. It looks like a roast beef on a woman. And it says when she says she's ready to settle down, and it's just all beat up and gross. I cannot believe we're talking about
That's
this
right.
on the fucking podcast.
She's so damn wild oats. I love it. I think this is a great fucking meme.
You're a fucking asshole.
I did figure out, Tom, I save like 30 or 40 memes at a time to our Instagram. Then I try to post, but then I get lost in which ones have already been posted. I'm just going to post the ones I'm using on the show. Like 2 or 3, be done, and move on.
That makes sense. This one's good. It says when she's cold, and it's a girl in a t-shirt with extremely hard nipples. And then it says
they're out there.
when he's cold, and it's a turtle with its head inside, like tucked inside its shell. That's pretty funny.
Classic.
This one's pretty fucked up.
This is it. The moral of my story the other day. I told you that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was a goddamn tragedy. It's a song about bullying, and it has a unrealistic ending where everybody seems to be happy. Tom, why don't you tell us how Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer really ends by describing this meme?
This isn't how it really ends, but it's a bunch of reindeer on the wall with their names underneath it, and it's all Santa's reindeer. So Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen. And it's Rudolph sitting in a chair reading A Christmas Carol, and it says all the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. With the shotgun.
The emphasis on used to. Used to is italicized because that motherfucker got his revenge.
I don't think life, Pat. I think you're looking at this all wrong. If you really listen to the song, they all become friends at the end.
Right, that's why it's unrealistic. We're teaching children that bullying is okay because it ends fine. Realistically, the kids should be reading a comic book that ends with this strip right here, where it says all of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. Now they're hanging on the fucking wall.
Pat, I think you're looking at this all wrong.
I think you got something against red-nosed reindeer myself.
Pat, you know what I just thought of?
Downplay this tragedy.
You know what I just thought of? I'm a fucking clown, dude.
Oh, nobody's going to dispute this.
I got to make more business cards.
What'd you do?
So, I put QR codes for the Apple Podcast and where you can download it on Apple.
Not for the Facebook and Instagram?
Fuck those. I didn't do it I should have done it for Twitch and YouTube.
And the website. Yeah, I mean,
how many QR codes can you fit on the back of it?
I would do one, but I would do 200 this, 200 that, 200 this, 200 that.
Why? If you make them all the same with 4 QR codes, and then you can just hit, because on the front of the cards it says where to follow us, but the nice thing about the QR codes, you just scan it brings you to it.
Okay. Yeah, well, whatever. It could have been done better. I get your point.
We'll keep that in the bank for next time. Anyway.
Always next time.
3-finger news, Pat. News that's sure to shock you.
I said that to Miss Elizabeth. I said I need that story for 3-finger news. She said, "What's 3-finger news?" And I said, "What's 3-finger news? It's news that's sure to shock you." And we were driving to a holiday party, and 10 seconds later, she turned to me and she was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "That's what we have on the show. It's 3-finger news. We say it's news that's sure to shock you." And she was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? The guy you date, babe. You sleep with this guy." Nice. Tom is holding up his hands in the shocker motion. I like it. Tom, the first news story: Kevin, bacon, and eggs. Do you want to get into this one, or do you want me to?
I think it's well known that you're better at reading.
Okay. The man accused of slitting his victim's throat, hanging him from his basement ceiling, and eating his testicles in a grisly Christmas Eve murder will return to court early next year. Mark Latunsky allegedly confessed. I said his name because he's already confessed, for the record. Allegedly,
I'm not
confessed
saying that, dude. When the fuck did this happen?
The other day. 2019. Confessed to the disturbing 2019 killing of 25-year-old hairstylist Kevin Bacon, who he met on the app Grindr. Bacon was found hanging naked by his ankles from the ceiling, which is exactly how you want to hang bacon, right? If you're letting it out to dry, you're going to have to hang it from one end so that it's not so, I guess, curly when you put it in the frying pan. I get it. He allegedly cut off part of Bacon's genitals and then ate them. Kevin Bacon's dad, Carl Bacon, said, "Evil does exist, and it touched us." Moving forward in this story, Latunsky has been in a Michigan jail for about 2 years while the pretrial process unfolds and is scheduled to return to court on February 3rd. A judge ruled that he is able to stand trial in October 2020. Bacon met Latunsky on Christmas Eve 2019 after the two allegedly connected on Grindr, a dating app for gay men. He was reported missing the following day. Here's the thing. What it leaves out here is that this judge has basically declared this man as fit to stand trial. It does say court documents revealed the horrifying details of the murder and that Latunsky would sometimes stop taking medication for mental health issues. So this guy's clearly a psycho, and he stops taking his medication, jumps on Grindr, finds a guy who's nuts to eat, and I mean that in the most literal sense of the word, and kills him. And then the judge is like, he seems kind of like a normie. I think we should put him on trial. Tom, do you think this guy should be on trial?
Yes.
Even though he fried bacon upside down and ate his nuts.
I think this guy should be in, like, yeah, dude. I don't care how crazy you claim to be. Like, I hope he gets the death sentence. Does Michigan have the death sentence?
I do not know. Latunsky was arraigned December 30th for murder and disinterment and mutilation of a dead body. I'm curious, and I'm dead serious. Did he cut the testicles off of this gentleman while he was still living as a form of torture? Or was this all post haste? Like, was this guy already dead and he's just like, well, I gotta fucking know. Like, I have the deep fryer. I was gonna make hash browns. I might as well try a dude testicle.
Pat, I think we've had this discussion on the show before, but you wonder what human tastes like, right?
I'm very curious. I actually just asked Miss Elizabeth the other day. I said, if you die before me, can I have written permission to cut a chunk of your ass and fry it in the frying pan and cook it up? I'd also like a chunk for the grill.
You're a sick fuck.
You know what? Her response was similar.
So you got a no on that, huh?
It wasn't a no, but it wasn't a yes.
Okay, so you
It
still
was
got to work.
loud. It was a loud response.
I'm just saying, like, I wonder, but at the same time, it kind of makes me nauseous to think about eating another human. That's how I know I'm not a cannibal. But I'm curious.
Why does it make you nauseous? Are we talking cooked?
Yeah.
Why does that make you nauseous? What part of the human?
Any part, Pat. It makes me nauseous to think about eating a fucking human.
Male or female? Age and weight?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
What human do you think tastes the best?
A fat one.
You know what I think would taste the best? Retired athlete. You know, like that's getting fatty, but they were in really, really good shape.
It's too muscle. Too much muscle.
No, because they're retired. It's all softened up.
So you're saying like a Caitlyn Jenner type?
I think this guy in the story would like a Caitlyn Jenner type. I myself, I would be interested. So a retired athlete. Oh, you know what? I would be interested in like a one of the Williams sisters. I'd like a thigh of one of the Williams sisters after they retire, and they put a little poundage on.
Real nice. I was gonna say like Ronda Rousey or whatever her fucking name is. The MMA,
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
A little skimpy around the breastbone.
Or
skimpy around the breast.
Or Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch, I would consider an absolute athlete, and you don't even have to season that because it's all sorts of ginger already.
Anyway, moving on. Dude, what's up with you with the sad stories, bro?
I was looking for Christmas stories, and these are what I found.
These are Christmas stories to you? How about this? How about this? I got a good Christmas story. We don't have to read an article.
The first one took place on Christmas Eve, and this one is in fact on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, this one. These are sad. So I got a feel good story real quick. There's a kid that lives in Southington, Connecticut. He had a brain tumor at the base of his brain. He's been living in a hospital since I think April of this year. He's gone through multiple rounds of chemo. He has beaten the tumor. They have taken it out, or they reduced it enough to kill it with the chemo. And he got a welcome home on Christmas Eve, where they had all kinds of fire trucks and police cars, and like I think it was like over 175 people showed up to welcome this kid home. Now that's a feel-good story.
It is. Let's see how you feel about it after everybody there gets COVID, the Omicron fucking virus. Good
Yeah,
for you.
I'm not worried about that.
Omicron.
What the
What's it
fuck
called?
is wrong with you, man? What's wrong with you?
Well, we're not allowed to publicly assemble, but this motherfucker's got 175 people. That's you handled it well in the hospital that whole time. You were away from people. You get out and you fucking go crazy. This is why drug addicts can't just have one fucking beer.
It wasn't at his house. It was down the street. Like the whole street was filled with people for him to cut.
Do you hear how dangerous that sounds when you say it out loud?
It doesn't sound dangerous
The
at all.
street was filled with people. It was like a fucking Where's Waldo, only there was a deadly virus among them.
You're a horrible person.
Was this a kid or an adult?
A kid. 11 years
That's
old.
fucked up. That was shitty of me.
Yeah, it was. You fucking asshole. But
Realistically, I hope there's no long-term effects. I hope the kid has a very healthy, happy life.
yeah, me too.
The other motherfuckers knew better, though. I hope they die.
They're saying that he should make a full recovery and that the odds of the tumor coming back are very slim.
That's
So
awesome.
that's good.
Dude, there's so many weird things like tumors, even like the mild stuff like headaches. I wish we just fucking understood them. I wish we knew where they were coming, like strokes. Like, where the fuck are they coming from?
You don't know how strokes happen?
I know that strokes can come in many different ways, like they can be stress related. Why? What are you going to say? Where do strokes come from, buddy?
Strokes, well, they happen when you get a lack of blood to the brain.
Okay, but why? Why is there a lack of blood?
Well, there's tons of different causes.
That's what I'm saying. I want to
but then-
identify these and eliminate these.
But you can't, like you said, stress. You can't eliminate all like they know how they happen. The one that scares me the most is aneurysms.
I guess I shouldn't say they don't know how they happen. I should say we don't see them coming.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
It's kind of.
I want this to be like a close up in porno. I want to see it coming.
Anyway, let's get into this last sad story that you got here.
It's not the last one. There's two more.
Oh, I thought this was the last one.
No, sir.
right.
Christmas Eve tragedy. Cop says man killed his wife, tried to die by suicide while their children were home. Police are investigating a murder/attempted suicide. A man remains in critical condition after fatally shooting his wife and then shooting himself in an attempt to die by suicide. The couple's 13-year-old daughter and 5-year-old son were both home when the incident happened, the cops added. Police revealed the tragedy on Christmas Eve day. See? Christmas story. They said the shooting occurred around... What?
This isn't a fucking Christmas story.
I don't know how this... Trust me, these kids will think about this every Christmas for the rest of their lives.
You're a fucking horrible person.
They say the shooting occurred around midnight between December 23rd and December 24th in the backyard of a home in the 2000 block of SW 132nd Ave. So that's in Florida, just so we're all clear. It's in Miami. An elder sister called cops, but officers and fire rescue arrived to find the mother dead, according to authorities. The man who allegedly killed her survived. A next door neighbor told the television station that she heard the shouting as well as the aftermath. She said, I heard a man yelling and then followed by another 3 or 4 gunshots and immediately became silent. And then I heard the children screaming for mommy. Tom, so I'm trying to put this timeline together in my head, right? And she says, I heard a man yelling and then followed by another 3 or 4 gunshots. I assume he's already killed mom at this point because then he tries to kill himself. Did he shoot himself 3 or 4 times and live?
That has to. I heard followed by another 3 or 4. No, like it's saying I heard a man yelling, followed by I think it's just they worded it wrong, or she heard the shouting.
You think there was yelling? He shot a couple times, and that was that. You don't think he shot her, was screaming and yelling, then killed himself or tried?
No, I think she heard the man yelling and then heard 3 or 4 gunshots. I think the lady, because it's a direct quote, I think the she is from Florida, so she doesn't talk that well. And she just doesn't.
That's valid.
And she doesn't know how to use her words properly.
Officers did not detail what they believe preceded the shooting. They did not suggest a motive. They did not release the names of anyone involved. That's that's Christmas. Tom, the next story?
Sport bastards. Miami police did not.
Tell me in this picture the guy on the right doesn't look super familiar.
He does.
Right?
He looks like a friend of yours. I'm not sure who.
Maybe he's just got one of those faces.
Michigan school shooter tortured animals, kept baby birds' head in jars while parents focused on extramarital affairs. Prosecutors. Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I would have paid attention to my son, but my wife was cheating on me, and that was more urgent than the kid. With
no,
the baby
it sounds like they were swingers and they were banging other couples.
Oh no! We'll get into the story. Don't you worry.
Oh, awesome. You gonna start reading the story, or?
I thought you were because you read the headline.
You asked me to read the headline. We've been over this many times. I don't know how to read, Pat.
All right. We're going to stop in the middle of this story for some diagrams, but we'll start it out. Prosecutors say that the parents of accused school shooter, blah, 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 knew that their son was in trouble but did nothing to stop him from allegedly murdering his fellow students. Both parents are charged with involuntary manslaughter in late November school shooting that left 4 dead and 7 injured, $500,000 bond. Let me kick off the comments. Good for you. Put those motherfuckers in jail for involuntary manslaughter because the parents should be on the fucking hook for this shit, especially with the upcoming details. There are some, like if you said Adam Lanza's mom wasn't responsible because she had no fucking clue. Well, if you have no fucking clue, you have no fucking clue. But there are some where you could very clearly see what's coming. Yeah, these people fit into that category.
Even in Adam Lanza's, like if you don't know what your kid's doing, that's on you, man. That's involuntary manslaughter.
You know what? You did choose to have the kid. So
what I'm saying is if you're not paying enough attention to your kid to know that
you chose to have a child.
Yeah, and they're troubled. I mean, like, and that's easy for me to say, right? Like, I guess it's hard to I don't know, I'm 50-50 on this one.
All right. Well, in this case, you're not going to be 50-50. You're going to agree with the fact that these people belong behind bars.
Well, I don't have to. Yeah, as soon as I read the headline, I knew what was up.
Yeah. When defendants left Oxford High School at approximately 10:55 a.m. on November 30th, 2021, over an hour before the shooting, they knew that their son was depressed, that he was fascinated with guns, that they had purchased a Sig Sauer, I don't know if I said that right, 9mm handgun for him just days before, that he had been researching ammunition while at school, and that he had been seen watching violent video of shootings that morning. Jeez. Prosecutors say in the brief filed Thursday, before they left for school that day, they had also seen the disturbing drawings attached to this response as Exhibits 1 and Exhibit 2. If you can look at some of the things written, obviously this looks like maybe geometry homework, right?
Yeah.
There is a pistol drawn. There is, the writing says, "These thoughts won't stop. Please help me." There's one that says,
I'm gonna put
harmless.
This
up. Okay. There's one that says, video game this is. I don't really know what that is. There's a picture of what either is a penis or a bullet. I'm not quite sure. There's another thing that says, "These thoughts won't stop." Oh, you know what? This is the same picture, but he had added after. So the cops cleaned it up. He scratched a bunch of stuff out. And the cops cleaned it up and took... This is both images. It's the same picture. But you can see in the second picture, the cleaned up version, after he knew he had to give this to the cops, he had crossed out a bunch of the stuff that he had written, like, "My life is useless." And he had written things like, "I love my school so much. I love my life so much. OHS rocks. We're all friends here." If this isn't... Like, literally, this guy is handing you his business card and being like, "By the way, I'm a future murderer." Like, this is the card right here. And the fucking parents bought him a gun They were in his school, so let's assume that they left his school because of a meeting associated with this fucking drawing. And at no point were they like, now that you mention it, we just bought him a pistol a couple days ago. This is fucking crazy.
I can't believe. Oof.
Yeah. The drawings allegedly depict the thoughts of a troubled mind, saying things like, the thoughts won't stop and help me. That was a test sheet reviewed dated November 30th, 2021. The words blood everywhere are also on the paper, along with a hand-drawn image of a person appearing to have been shot. Prosecutors say that the staff member photographed Ethan's review sheet before he scribbled out portions of his artwork, including the words, help me, my life is useless, and then drawing of the handgun. Therefore, prosecutors filed 2 images, which they say portray the same piece of paper before and after Ethan is said to have altered it. In addition to scratching out the images of mayhem and violence, Ethan added the words, I love my life so much, and we're all friends here. He also added the phrase, video game this is, after a teacher saw the drawings and the crumbly... and the kids' parents were called to school. Meanwhile, during that same period, defendants spent their time at the barn caring for their horses 3 to 4 nights a week for up to 3 hours at a time, and seeing other relationships, including the defendant's mother's extramarital affairs. The brief says, instead of paying attention to their son and getting him help, they bought him a gun.
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, they were at the barnyard hanging out with the horses for 3 or 4 hours a night, 3 nights a week. And this kid's losing his fucking mind. So they're like, we should get you a gun because you're clearly going through some shit and you need to protect yourself. What the fuck is going on here? Their son was torturing animals, even leaving a baby bird's head in a jar on his bedroom floor, which he later took and placed in a school bathroom. The document also says that the parents are a flight risk. It says the couple was $11,000 in debt as of October. They had sold their horses and are trying to sell their family's house. Defendants are a greater risk of flight now than they were at the time of the arraignment. They have already shown that they will flee if they get the opportunity. The 2 went missing after Ethan was arraigned, setting off an urgent manhunt. They were eventually found in Detroit. So, yeah, no, that seems fair. $500,000 bond when they're not only a flight risk, they've already taken flight once. Don't you think their bond should just be revoked at this point? Like, nah, you can't leave.
That's kind of where I'm at with it. Also, I hate to say this, but this kid shouldn't be on trial. It should be his parents. Like, it's horrible that this kid did this shit, and he needs to face some sort of consequence for it. But at the same time, he's fucked. Like, there's something...
Well, he's 15 years old, and let's assume that he's not a great communicator. I say that because he's drawing pictures in what I would say is his form of communication, right? He's literally writing "help me" on a piece of paper that's being turned in. He's writing extremely violent things on the same piece of paper. Is that not the kid saying, I'm 15, I don't really know how to manage my feelings or control myself. Somebody needs to help me?
Yeah. And apparently,
I don't think this kid needs consequences. This kid needs
help.
Serious medical help.
Yeah, but you also have to make sure that he's put in an environment where he's not given the opportunity to ever do this again.
I agree.
So that's one problem. But, yeah, these 2 people, man, need to be put in prison forever.
And there's, what is it? It was 4 kids killed and 7 injured?
Yeah, I don't know how many. I try not to watch shit like this because it makes me super nervous.
Well, you don't have to watch it, Tom. I bring it to you on 3 Finger News.
Yeah, I love it. Thanks. Does it say how many people were... I didn't hear that in the story.
I thought it did. Maybe that was a previous story. No, yeah, it was...
It just says the day of the shooting. But either way, yeah, this like, who the fuck would buy their kid a gun after seeing this?
A handgun that he can conceal and bring to school with him. I mean, just even a fucking BB gun seems like a bad idea after the baby bird head. You know what I mean? Like,
a SIG's a nice gun too.
Well, they're, at least they're carrying grants. Maybe they got the money for that when his mom was fucking somebody with a decent amount of money. Who knows?
Well, I feel like you're more upset that his mom was cheating on on that. Maybe
I'm
that's-
upset that the parents were so wrapped up in their obviously toxic relationship that they decided not to take care of their responsibilities.
Yeah, I definitely see that. Pat, why you gotta ruin fucking Christmas, bro? This wasn't a
This
Christmas
isn't
story.
listen. This wasn't a Christmas story, but it was a holiday story. It happened on November 30th.
You're, you're a fucking asshole.
That's between Thanksgiving and Christmas. How's that not a holiday story?
Erica had a good idea for the business cards, by the way. She said, "Why wouldn't you do the QR code to your website and then have all the links to every one or every other place there?"
That makes sense.
It does, but it doesn't, right? Because we want to generate people going to download the podcast. When you scan this QR code, it brings up, if you have an iPhone, it brings up Apple Podcasts right to our podcast. If you have Spotify and you scan the Spotify one, it brings you right to our podcast. And I'm trying to generate traffic through there the most.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I'm in 100% support of your idea. This is what obviously, if we could capture everything all at once, I would say let's do it, but we can't. So we have to specify and kind of hone in. And I think you've chosen the right route. Let's get them to the fucking show. Everything else, that's all additional shit. It's ancillary things.
Well, and that's why I was thinking about the Twitch. You know, we put the Twitch on there, and they could scan that. It would bring you right to our Twitch page where you could follow, like, and subscribe on YouTube. All those things. Pat, what a fucking show, huh? Pat, let's talk about football real quick. You watch any of the games yesterday?
No,
You are the worst football fan ever.
it's not a good year for football for me.
The Colts fucking beat up on the Cardinals. The Cardinals are trash, just in case you're wondering.
Cardinals are falling apart faster than, I don't know, wet paper mache.
I think they've lost 4 straight or something like that. It's bad. And the Niners lost on Thursday night. They suck.
I did see that. I didn't see the game.
Yeah, they lost on Thursday night. And the Packers barely beat the Browns. So I text Griff. So Griff he wasn't watching the game live, so he had his phone shut off because he's smarter than I am. And so I text him. So they, at the beginning of the game, they showed a tweet from Baker Mayfield that he had cleared COVID protocol and he took a private jet to Green Bay to fly into the game to play. And
Okay.
by the end of the first quarter, Baker had thrown 2 picks. And so I text Griff and I said, I bet you Stefanski, who's the coach for the Browns, wishes he left fucking Baker in Cleveland. Because he threw 4 fucking picks yesterday.
Jeez.
But somehow the game was 23-21. Or 24-22 or something like that. It was close. I won a little bit of money on a bet yesterday.
Nice.
I had 3 bets going. I had Jonathan Taylor score a touchdown. If he scores a touchdown, and if Aaron Rodgers could have thrown for 260 yards, I would have won $120 off a $10 bet. That didn't work out because Rodgers didn't throw for 260 yards, and Taylor didn't end up scoring a touchdown. But so I had put $100 in. I was up 50. And I was a little down on myself last night, so I went and played some roulette, and bammo, got that bitch up to $300. So pretty happy about that. Got some money to play some bets today. I got quite the parlay. Let's hear what you think about this real quick, Pat, before we end the show, and so listeners at home will know how I made out come Wednesday night when we do the show Thursday morning. Have you made your picks for this week?
Did?
I won last week in our Pick'em League.
You did.
I did. I'm pretty excited about that. So this is what I got. I got a 12-leg parlay. This is for all the games today. When I do these 12-leg parlays, I just pick money line. So we're just looking at winners, right? So we got Tampa Bay at Carolina. I picked Tampa Bay. Chargers at Houston. I picked Chargers. Eagles at Giants, or Giants and Eagles. Eagles. Rams and Vikings. I picked the Rams. Jets and the Jaguars. I picked the Jets. Falcons and the Lions. I picked the Falcons. Ravens and the Bengals. Now this game right here, dude, this one concerns me a little bit because this is going to be a tough game. But I picked the Ravens. Patriots and the Bills. I picked the Patriots. Seattle and the Bears. I picked Seattle. Chiefs and the Steelers. I picked the Chiefs. Cowboys and the football team, I picked the Cowboys, and the Dolphins and the Saints, I picked the Dolphins. That's a $10 bet, Pat. If I win all those games right there, right? 1,400, almost $1,500.
The Jaguars and the Bengals are going to cost you.
It's not the Jaguars and the Bengals. It's the Bengals and the Ravens.
No. The Jaguars are going to win and you have them losing, and the Bengals are going to win and you have them losing.
I don't think that's true. But we'll see.
Time will tell, Tommy.
So then I don't know if you know this about this app, but you can do teaser bets, so you can move the line
Sure.
X amount of points. So I did a 12-point teaser that keeps me at 12 at plus a 12-point teaser that keeps me at plus 200, right? So this moves the lines 12 points. So I got, for the Panthers and the Bucks game, I got the Bucks at plus 1.5. I got the Chargers in Houston. I got the Chargers at plus 1.5. I got Eagles and Giants plus 1.5. Ravens at the Bengals plus 19 for the Ravens. Detroit's at the Falcons plus 19. Jets and the Jaguars plus 10.5. I got the Jets at plus 10.5. Rams and the Vikings. I got the Rams at plus 9. And the Patriots and the Bills. I got the Patriots at plus 11.
So you have a bunch of really close games and a bunch of blowouts.
Yeah, but we're talking like the Bucs should blow out the Panthers.
So
You know what
why
I mean?
put them at a plus 1.5?
Because I moved all the lines 12 points. I put it in a parlay. It's called a teaser. So I put them in a parlay.
Oh, you moved all of them.
Yeah, it moves all of it. Right?
Oh.
So I put $100 on that. If it wins, I win $200. I cash out with $300 on that one. And that's all I got for today right now. I don't know what other boosts they have going on. Oh, this one's kind of interesting. G. Harris and Clyde Edwards to each score a touchdown. Plus 360. I might throw some money on that. CD Lamb and Terry to each have 50 plus receiving yards. That's at plus 150. I might take that one too. That's for tonight's Cowboys game. So yeah, my boy Griff's coming over today. We're gonna watch the football. We're gonna have a good time. Pat, anything you want to add to the show?
No, number Niners, I say good day.
Erica, thanks for watching. You're the best. You're the only person that watched today. Mason and Chris don't love us anymore.